If you've been flight simming for a while and you want to learn how to navigate using VORs and your plane has a G1000, it's actually pretty straightforward, so I'll show you how to do that. Quick disclaimer before we get started, I'm not a flight instructor and I'm going to be oversimplifying this process, mostly gearing it towards simulator use, just so that you can get into it and start having fun. So let's get into it. So we're looking at our multifunction display right now on the G1000, and I have X-Plane synced up with ForeFlight on my iPad, so I can show you here the sectional chart that we're going to use so you can follow along. We're going to be navigating to the Stanfield VOR. A couple things to notice about this. So the VOR, what it does in basic terms is it radiates a signal in 360 degrees. It has a frequency that we tune our nav radio to, which is 114.8. And when you listen on the nav radio, there's going to be a Morse code identifier, which is dash dot dot dash dot dash dot dot. So let's get that tuned up, and then we'll see how we can use this to navigate to the station if we didn't know where we were. Back on our multifunction display, we're going to go up to the nav section here in our G1000, use the knob to tune the nav frequency of 114.8, which we saw on the chart. Hit the button here to swap it to the active. Now you can already see it identified TFD here, but if we didn't have that, we hit the nav1 button here on our center panel to listen to it on the radio. Let's click that now. And you can hear that Morse code tone. Let's look at it again, reference it with the chart. One more time. Dash dot dot dash dot dash dot dot. Okay, we've positively identified Stanfield VOR. Let's go ahead and turn that off so we don't have to listen to it anymore. Now, we'll move over to the primary display. So before we get to the primary flight display, I just want to go over the basics of how we use VORs to navigate. And what that looks like essentially is you have the VOR station, which emits a signal 360 degrees around the station. And if you're able to identify which signal you're on, they call them radials. They radiate out from the station like spokes on a bicycle. And if you can find the one you're on, then you can use it to track to the station. So, for example, if we are 180 degrees south of the station, we're on the 180 radial. So how would we find that out? Well, here's us on ForeFlight, and we're getting kind of close. So we're going to hit the CDI button here on our G1000 and verify that VOR1 is active, because that's where we tuned it in the previous step. We're going to take our course knob and we're going to set that to 180, because that's the radial that we're trying to find. 180, and if you look, we're pretty darn close to it. So what are we seeing here? We're seeing that we're tuned to the 180 radial, and this center section here is a little bit offset. What does that show us? Well, that shows us that we are slightly to the left of the 180 radial. So let's look at that on the chart. Here's the station. 180 comes down, and we're just a little bit to the left of that. And that's how you would interpret this. Another thing you'll note is you have this triangle here, and then you have this arrow pointer pointing 180 where we tuned it to. So what's this arrow for? Well, that's pointing to the VOR station. Now you noticed I hit nav mode and it's not taking us towards the station, it's actually taking us away, and this is where a lot of people get confused. Right now we're tuned to 180, radiating away from the station. So what's that look like on here? We're following this bike spoke. So to avoid confusion on this, right, if I'm looking at a regular old compass and I am south of where I want to go, how do you get to where you want to go? You don't point the compass south and follow it. You're already south. You want to go the opposite. You want to orient the compass north so you can go to where you need to go. So if we're following the 180 radial and we're tracking it away from the station, then to get to the station, we need to tune it the opposite of that. So let's twist it to 360, and you'll notice, right, that arrow that says we're going away swaps over to the other side, now indicating that we're going to the station. 360 is set. And now it's going to start flying us and turning us back towards the station. And you can see that here on the iPad. Now, one more thing to note, as we get closer to the station, now we're about 4 or 5 miles away, this needle is going to get a lot more sensitive. And there's going to be a point where you get too close to the station and you're actually unable to get a reliable signal. This is called the cone of confusion. And so what you want to do is you want to keep tracking as best as you can as you get closer, and there's going to be this point where you notice that it swings, and you just want to be careful not to make any super abrupt corrections, because once you pass the station, it will center itself back up. So let's simulate that here. I'm gonna just get us close to where we're crossing right over the station. So we're just about crossing over, and here I would actually set if I'm flying autopilot, I'd set it to heading mode so it doesn't try and chase that VOR. And you'll notice it's starting to deflect as we cross over the station. It's getting all wonky, and then we lose it for a second. You'll notice our to the station indicator is blinking, and now we've lost the signal. And now we've reestablished, it's pointing back towards the station, so now we have a from indication. We're traveling from the station now. And it still says we're off course, but as we get further away, it will center back up. All right, so one last thing with VOR navigation. We've been using the iPad to determine our distance using ForeFlight, but in the simulator, you can use the VOR to identify what radial you're on. But how do you know how far from the station you are, other than GPS? Well, to do that, you're gonna hit the PFD button, so this is options for your primary flight display, DME, which means distance measuring equipment, and you're gonna click that. Now our distance measuring equipment for nav1, which we have tuned to the Stanfield VOR 114.8, will show up. we're 12.3, now 12.4 nautical miles from the station. So that's been a somewhat basic, maybe a little more in-depth than I expected, explanation on VOR navigation in your flight sim. Leave a comment below if you had any questions. Again, this is just a basic overview to give you some more challenging navigation in the flight sim. I'm not a flight instructor, so, you know, take all this with a grain of salt. But hope you have fun in your flight sim, and let me know what you think. Bye.